This is Grace with Graceful Living. Today we have Nick DeCoursey talking about how he battled with gastrointestinal symptoms before he became vegan.
Hello, my name is Nick DeCoursey with My Vegan Chef. I wanted to talk today a little bit about how I became vegan. It unfortunately was not for love of animals. It was for my own health reasons, and the ethics came in later. I've had stomach issues my whole life, issues feeling bloated, feeling slow, feeling lethargic after big meals, not being able to eat, eating too much, all sorts of normal people things we assume are normal. And it wasn't until 2012 when I was in Colorado, after having stomach issues for over a decade. One night, my stomach was feeling particularly bad, and it was a night like any other. I had 2 or 3 Coors Light, and I went out to Wendy's for a double Baconator and chili with extra cheese. And I got home and I started vomiting, and I didn't stop for 3 days. Anything I put down would come back up, and it was it actually was very scary. I didn't go to a hospital right away because, I figured I'm just throwing up from the night before and I'm really hungover, and my stomach really feels crappy because I drank, this, that, and the other, and I was used to it feeling crappy. But finally I did wind up going to the hospital when I couldn't hold down water or crackers or anything. And they gave me an IV which helped rehydrate me and told me that, I had really bad acid reflux. They said that I had gastritis. It wasn't until I got back here and went to the hospital that they said that I had duodenal ulcers. And I got an endoscopy, and they told me things were messed up, but they really didn't know what it was, and that, maybe it was Crohn's disease and they'll have to do more tests and everything like that. And they put me on omeprazole, Prilosec and omeprazole. I can't remember the name of the other brand at the moment. Zantac 75 or something like that. And they, with the help of those, I was able to eat again. My stomach kind of just felt like a lump it just felt dead instead of alive. And that felt better than it being alive and angry. In the meantime, I started eating again with juices and soups and rice, really helping my stomach kind of cope. And I never made it back to meat or cheese.
And how did you decide to do that? Was that an independent decision, or did you read a book, or your friends, or?
I had one friend who really helped me open up my creativity. He was vegan, but he was more wild than he was vegan. So that, the learning curve was very steep at the time to become vegan, but I felt like what had hurt me at the time initially, what I thought was it was processed foods. Mm-hmm. So when I went to the supermarket and I looked at what was processed, a lot of it, the majority of it, had milk, eggs, cheese, or meat in it. Mm-hmm. And so I cut all of that out. Mm-hmm. And
you mean the majority of the processed food had milk?
Yeah.
And eggs and cheese. Okay.
And the majority of the milk was processed, and the cheese was processed.
Oh, absolutely.
And the meat has been there forever. And after you throw up for the better part of a week, the raw meat on the shelf just does not look appetizing. So it really did start to look disgusting, and I felt a change in myself. And the longer I went on a plant and fruit-based diet, the better I felt.
Oh, wonderful.
And so I kept it up. I have messed up a couple of times. I say messed up, but I have thought maybe my stomach likes meat. And this is before the ethics took hold, because that was several years later. But I just have, it stops my flow, my vital flow. It stops it in its tracks, and it feels heavy. I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I've never had any symptoms. Prior to going vegan, I did experience seasonal allergies, dust allergies, and even sometimes, I swear, just allergic to being outside, like any normal person does. I also had horrible acne in the least flattering place. It was usually around my lips, and they were just big super volcanoes. And after I went vegan, which, mind you, was well after, you know, what I think was puberty, it cleared up altogether. And I haven't experienced any of that outside of, you know, a stressful reaction or a stressful brain. I actually used to have acne on my upper arms, and it was so weird. And my back, and now it's gone. I haven't had it in the longest time. I also, my pits don't stink anymore either.
Your what? Your armpits, really?
My pits don't stink anymore. They used to smell so bad. And then after I went vegan, it smells like musty rain. I don't know. It's not bad.
Wonderful.
It's great. So.
And then how about your allergies? Your allergies also got
my
better?
allergies went away.
Oh, wow.
And I can still hold my breath for 2 minutes. I don't have any lung or nasal issues, you know, because I did experience emphysema and bronchitis as a teenager, and those have both cleared up as well.
Huh, interesting.
So yeah, I don't feel any heaviness in my lungs. I have run, but I hate running. Swimming is my thing, and I haven't experienced anything but better results, performance-wise and health-wise, and also respiratory-wise.
Thank you for telling us your story, Nick. You can find My Vegan Chef at the Farmers Market at KCC on Saturdays, Kailua on Thursday, and Blaisdell on Wednesday.
Hi, I'm William, Vegan Diet Guy, and I've been vegan for about 11 years. I just wanted to talk about something that's kind of embarrassing. I really haven't talked about it much before, but I had really bad gas before I became vegan, and I actually I did all kinds of diets. I actually went and had lactose intolerance tests done, but I really liked cheese, and I guess I didn't want to give up cheese, so it was kind of inconclusive, so I kept eating cheese. And I did all kinds of elimination diets, though, you know, because I didn't want to believe it was cheese or dairy that was causing the gas. So I did like this elimination diet where I was just eating rice and lamb, and I still had gas, and I had like, it was like unbelievable. The volume of gas was unbelievable that I had. It was kind of notorious when I was a child, but it really wasn't very funny. It really wasn't very funny as an adult. It was kind of obviously very uncomfortable being in a crowd for a long time and things like that. So when I became vegan, I never expected it, but I guess I just realized that I didn't have any gas anymore. I think I actually have less gas than probably than most people do. I don't want to, you know, be too graphic or anything like that, but actually, I mean, it's much lower than average, and absolutely, you know, no problem whatsoever now socially. So I think that it was definitely dairy. I didn't want to admit it, and because I love the cheese. I grew up eating, you know, lasagna and eggplant parmesan, and just, you know, I'd eat blocks of cheese at a time. So I'm pretty sure that's what did it. I used to have cottage cheese and yogurt and all kinds of dairy products, and now I don't have any of that stuff, obviously. And anyway, my stomach is so much better. It's a benefit that I never expected, and on top of everything else, it really makes me very happy that I'm on this vegan diet and vegan lifestyle.
Thank you so much, William. The Vegan Diet Guy sells vegan cheesecakes at the Farmers Market at KCC now. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Please go to graceandhawaii.com for more information.